Hi guys, welcome back to Rev Solution. In today's video I'm just going to show you how to unblock the roof reservoirs on your E85 BMW. Now my ones have completely filled with water and the passenger footwell is damp, and behind the passenger seat is absolutely saturated. I noticed it the other day when it was really heavily raining. I put something behind it, picked it up and it was soaked, so I put my hand down and yeah, it is absolutely, it's like I poured a bucket of water in there. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee and yeah, I'll show you how to unblock your E85 Z4 reservoirs. Guys, I just want to bring your attention quickly to the show plates I've had made up for the BMW Z4. These have been made from showplateworld.com. I've teamed up with them to produce these plates. Now I'm going to be running these on the Z4. As you can see at the front, I've placed one with some sticky pads. Places such as Goodwood, Thruxton, or anywhere else that I go for content creation. Great website, showplatesworld.com, and they will produce some legal plates conforming to all the BSAU markings and also the markings where the plate was produced. Also, if you've got some ideas for some show plates, put your registration details in them and they will make up smaller plates for show purpose only. Head over to their website, I'll put a link in the description below, and get a good idea of what your car or your motorcycle will look like with either their 4D, 3D gel plates. Yeah, brilliant website, head over to them. Big thank you to showplatesworld.com for supporting my YouTube channel. Anyway, back to the video. Right, so the roof is doing what it's meant to be doing. It's channeling the water down into the reservoirs. However, the reservoirs are full. They're blocked and they've actually managed to pour themselves into the car. Now it looks like a bit of a design flaw on the BMW that once the reservoirs are full, it just dumps water inside the car, which for a brand new £23,000 car, £25,000 car, is really poor of BMW to design it like that. Now, as you can see, the carpet is completely saturated. I'm putting my foot down into it and it is just soaking through. The sponge behind the carpet is horrific. Putting my hand in it, you can see how much water is actually managed to make its way into the cockpit of the car. It is completely saturated. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to drop the roof so I can actually get the seat out nice and easily, and then I'm going to actually unbolt the seat. Now, to unbolt the seat in the Z4, there are 4 bolts. There's 2 bolts located at the back of the subframe, and then there are 2 bolts located at the front of the subframe. These 2 bolts are actually hidden underneath some little caps, so all I do is take a pair of pliers and just pull them off nice and easily, and they come off without any problem. So once I've loosened the subframe, what I then can do is take the headrest off. Once headrest is off, it allows you to see the bolt. Now this bolt holds on the catch that stops the seatbelt from moving around. So this runs the seatbelt through the runner. Undo that and then you can remove the seatbelt from the seat. Lastly, before we take the seat out, there's another bolt down the bottom. This is what the seat belt is actually attached to. Now I forgot to lift the seat up. However, if you do lift the seat up, you can gain access to that bolt a lot easier than leaving the seat down like I did, which made life very, very difficult. So all the bolts are completely undone now. Now the last thing that you're going to need to do is actually take off the airbag sensor and the seat sensor. This, you literally just slide the black clip up and then pull off the sensor. Once that is disconnected, you can go ahead and lift out the seat. Now with the seat removed, all you've got to do is see how much water has actually got into your car. This one was absolutely flooded. As you can see, it is horrific. I didn't realise how badly the water was actually coming into the car. Like I said, it's a really bad design flaw. It shouldn't happen like this. There should be an overflow somewhere that if it does go, it just goes outside of the car rather than dumping it straight in. What I've also done is managed to get the camera into the actual wells, so you can just about see the water inside. So that just goes to show how much water is in there. You can pretty much easily see it. So what I need to do now is actually get rid of all that water, soak it up, and try and dry the car out. I'm not going to remove the carpets, but I am just going to try and soak up as much water as possible. To remove the trim is pretty straightforward. They're just push clips, so all I've done is just wiggled it evenly throughout the whole door sill and just pulled that one off. Once that is out, it allows you to pull back the carpet. So you manage to start soaking up the water. The next thing you're going to have to do is actually get underneath the car and drag out all the dirt and corrosion inside those wells. Now, I found the easiest way was to actually jack the car up, take the wheels off, and then once you've got the wheels off, you've got a nice little catch inside of the actual wheel arch. There's one 10mm bolt at the top and two torque setting screws. Remove all that, and then there's one final one underneath, which is a 8mm. Drag all that off and it gains access then into the actual well. Now, once you've got inside the well, there's a little grommet. Ideally you want to pull that grommet out, and you should have a load of dirt there. I didn't. Mine was quite clean. However, the tube inside was absolutely blocked. So what I did need to do was actually remove the grommet completely, put a big rod up the tube, give it a good dig around. A little bit of water came out, but not a great deal. So what I had to do then was go through from the top of the car into where the actual the well is with a screwdriver and just dig about. The more I dug about with that, I actually managed to locate the hole, and once I managed to get that hole sorted, I just rammed the screwdriver through it and it just gushed out, absolutely flooded out underneath the car, which is what you want, because you want to make sure that there's no more water inside. Now, once it's all drained out and you're happy there's no more water in there, put the grommet back in. I gave it a good clean out. I did blast an air line through it just to make sure there's no more water or debris that needed to come out, and then put it all back together again. I then went to the driver's side, completed the same process on the driver's side and put it all back together. Then the last stage I needed to do was actually just reinstall the seat, get the carpet a little bit more dry, and then job done. So it is really frustrating that BMW have designed a car that is so good but prone to actually having water ingress into the car. So what I'll be doing in future is keeping a close eye on how much water pours through, and you can test it just by pouring some water into those well areas inside the edge of the car, and it should just pour out underneath. If it doesn't, then it's blocked and you need to get in there as quick as possible, because obviously water leads to rust leads to corrosion, and then your car will fail MOTs. So I hope this video has been nice and educational for you. It is just a lot of tutorials online show you how to get to the well. I struggled, I couldn't do it. I had to go through that top bracket, but nonetheless I managed to do it, clean it out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't have any more issues with that in the near future. But it is something you're going to have to keep on top of, because if you don't keep on top of it, you will end up with more water coming through the car. And if you notice water coming into your car, if there's water behind the seat on the passenger or driver's side, then you can guarantee it's going to be from that well. If there's water in the front of the footwell, that is going to be highly likely from the actual door sill. Now, luckily, my front of the footwells are completely dry, so I don't think I've got an issue with that. It just seems like it was from the rear. But I managed to get all the water out, job done. Thank you for watching Revolution. Please, if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button. I'm getting so many viewers that are not subscribed to my channel. I'm trying to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark, and I'm only going to be able to get there with the help of yourselves. So please, thank you to everyone that's already hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't, just take 2 seconds, press subscribe, and I'll appreciate it. Until next time, stay safe, and and I look forward to seeing you soon.